Hi, welcome to the channel, Budget Audio Review and Upgrades. Today I'm reviewing these Mordaunt 35 Ti's that I bought recently off of eBay with the stands. I'll be comparing it against the 25 Ti's that I've done a review about a few videos back. You can have a look at in the box above coming up now. So let's move them out of the way and have a little look and tell you about them. Okay, I've jumped up on the table here rather than scrawling all over the floor. I just wanted to show them on the stands there really. There's plenty of pictures on the internet with them on the stands, but I just wanted to give you a general idea. Brought them up on the table here, hopefully you can see them all right. And this is the 25 Ti that I reviewed a few videos back. There's a link in the top there if you want to go and see that video. And this is the 35 Ti I'm reviewing today. There's a subtle difference between these two speakers because I think this is Series 2 if I'm correct. Series 2 seems to have this plastic bar going across the bottom. It just unclips, even though this one's broken, one of the tabs is broken, but it just unclips with the 3 holes there. This is the Series 2, and as you can see, this is missing on this particular speaker here, but they do one with the bar on the bottom, which is the Series 2. So I'll take it this is the Series 1 of the speaker. Okay, so if I just give you a few measurements and a bit more detail about this 35 Ti. The measurements, it's 19¼ inches high, 10¼ in width, and including the front cover, it's 10¾ inches in depth. One thing you're going to notice here straight away, I think, I'll take a close-up picture, is this actual driver here. They look very, very similar, just a slightly different colour here, that's all. Both paper dome drivers, but this one here has got like a dome cap on it, you know, the dust cap on the top is a dome shape, while on the Series 2 it's a flat shape cover there. So yeah, they do say that, well, I say they do say, looking on the internet and that all these drivers are interchangeable, like they go from the 25 Ti, so you can put this driver in the 25, 35, 45 and 55 Ti, and the same with that driver there. They all use the same driver, so if you've got any one of them speakers, you've only got to look for a replacement driver for any of them numbers and that's going to be fine. The driver here is a 7¼ inch paper dome driver, and the tweeter is a titanium 3/4 inch tweeter. So we'll just take a quick picture I took of both of them out the unit there, sitting on top, and there's no markings on the actual driver itself for some reason, but there's the markings, made in West Germany for the tweeter. Right, I did forget to mention that these are rated at 88 dB, and also there's a picture there at the back, the same kind of banana plug terminals as the 25 Ti's. And then these come out in the UK roughly, I don't know exactly, but about 1987, 1988, and I'm guessing that these retailed for about £180, somewhere around there, and the stands would have been about £80 as an extra, something like that. I did find an advert from Canada at the time, it was 1989 actually, and in Canada the Canadian dollars for this speaker was 389 Canadian dollars, or the stand was 169 Canadian dollars. Obviously the exchange rate back in 1989 would have been quite a bit different to what it is today, but you know, just to give you some kind of idea there maybe. Okay, so how did these sound in general, and also compared to this 25 Ti? Like I say, this 25 Ti, the review's at the top there if you want a little link there. I did find it a little bit bass shy, and the treble I thought could have been extended a little bit, but other than that I thought it was quite a good speaker, you know, for the money, size, etc. I thought it was quite a nice sounding speaker, and I'm going to compare now this one against it, and this one really does take it to another level, I think. You know, I mean, I've tested these with the stands only. I think, you know, obviously you can put these on, maybe get these on a bookshelf if you've got a big bookshelf, or maybe a side unit or something like that, but they're quite a big speaker really, and you know, I think on stands that's the best bet for them, definitely. And I tested them on the stand supplied, bolted on nice and tight, etc. They're quite heavy, the stands. They are like hollow tubing, but they're quite thick tubing and quite sturdy, so they're quite a good stand. And as you can see, this is a front ported speaker, by the way. I did forget to mention that. It's got a front port at the top here, nicely padded inside, you know, quite a well made speaker. Right, okay, like this one here against this 25, and in general also I'll start off with the lower end. It's got much more of a bass to this. Where this was quite a tight bass, it didn't go down as deep as you wanted it probably. It was quite a tight bass on here. Well, this one's quite, you know, it's a tight bass or so on this one. It's quite tight on here. It's not as tight as this speaker, but it's a more of a rounded sound, like a bit more of a rounded sound bass, and deeper. It goes down a lot deeper than this one. It's quite a thud to it. You know, it's quite a detail. You know, it's saying it's a thud. It's got a detail bass still, with the detail still there. When he's going around the toms, he's going around the drum kit. You can hear him going around the drum kit nicely. It's a nice sounding bass, It's controlled. Yeah, it's not so much constraint as this speaker. It's quite an open sound. You know, as he's going in the drums, they feel a lot bigger. They feel a lot more open, a bit, you know, more space to them, rather than it's a bit more cramped in this speaker. If you know, if you get the idea, with this speaker here, it was more of an open sound. The drum kits, look, you know, it sounded bigger. You know, it sounded like a nice big drum kit. Well, on this here, it sounded a bit more of a cramped drum kit, if you get the meaning of that. The mids were smoother as well. I mean, they're quite smooth on here, don't get me wrong, but they just sounded, you know, the mids, the vocals, all that kind of thing, the mid instruments, and that just sounded smoother on this speaker as well. So, you know, it's got going for it. The lower end's definitely a lot better, the lower end on this speaker. The mids were a lot better, you know, they were a lot better. They were better, the mids were better, they were smoother. Where are we? And the eyes here, just they went, you know, where I was missing the eyes in here, I thought I wanted to go up a little bit higher. They went up higher on this speaker for some reason. Now, I don't know if that's the crossover difference in these, if some parts and maybe this crossover needs replacing, etc. You know, the crossover's just done at a slightly different cut-off points at certain, you know, as this is a different kind of setup in the cabinet, etc. It could be something to do with that. But the eyes did go up higher here, and they went up as high as it's kind of I wanted them to, so to speak. So yeah, I was pleased there. The eyes sounded nice. This speaker's got plenty of space. This speaker sounded really, really nice. It was open. It was very spacious. It had plenty of depth. Everything sounded like it was I've got down here. It's a neutral sounding speaker, by the way. I still think this is, even though, you know, it's quite a neutral sounding speaker. Not much colorization to this speaker at all. The bass could be, at times the bass could be a little bit baffled, a little bit woolly at times. Just at times, you know what I mean? Just a little bit, if you want to be really critical, and that could just be a little bit woolly, a little bit baffled. But other than that, you know what I mean? It's just here and there it was. I just want to mention, I've got it written down here, and I do remember that on a few tracks, etc. But yeah, the eyes were much higher than this. You know, they went where I wanted this to go. They kind of went like you with me, so I was pleased with that. What else have I got here? It's got a big sound, you know, it's a big sound, it's an open sound stage, it's got plenty of depth. All the instruments sounded really, really good on here, like, you know what I mean, they was in their place, you're picking them out as you're listening, you know, get the right listening sweet spot. You was getting some great sounds out of this speaker, you know. I was really impressed with it, you know, considering what I paid for it. I mean, you're going to pick these up on eBay. I was lucky enough to pick this up with the stand here in the UK for £50 on eBay. I think they go for a little bit more than that with the stand. You're probably going to pay £80–90, something like that. But still a good speaker to get. You know, if you're looking out for these Mordaunt short ones, you know, you've got a bit more space and you're going to set up the stands, and you was thinking between the two, well, this is definitely the winner here. You know what I mean? This is definitely the winner. Still a good speaker, but you know, this just outshines it in every department, really. So yeah, I was really impressed. Nice, involving, spacious instruments. You know, instrument spacing was nice. Everything was really nice on it. So I got in the zone there. Oh, and it was fantastic on some of the tracks. I mean, I played that so close. I've been playing that recently to judge a few of these speakers and that. And oh yeah, you know, I was really impressed with that on there. I was just blown away, kind of thing, really. Like, you know what I mean? It really sounded nice, you know what I mean, on this speaker. So I was impressed by it, you know what I mean? It's an impressive sounding speaker. I've got the 55s. I'm going to come back and review them at some time when I have a proper listen to them and compare them with this as well. But, you know, all in all, I was impressed with this speaker. So if you see a pair, I mean, like I say, I can only go by the speaker I've got here. And, you know, this one here may need the crossover changing. A few people did say in the last review maybe the crossover needed changing, etc. And that could well be the case. But, you know, I definitely wouldn't change it in here because I'm liking what I'm hearing, like, you know what I mean? What I'm getting out of this speaker, I wouldn't want to try changing some components and capacitors on this and getting a slightly different sound, etc. Because I'm really happy with the sound I'm getting out of here at the moment. So, you know, all in all, as you probably can tell by now, I was quite impressed. And, you know, this is a nice sounding speaker for pretty much not a lot of money. Like, without the stands and that, they probably go to £40, something like that. So if you've got a set of stands, you can stick these on top of it, etc. But these at the bottom, they've got the bolts for the stands that come with it, and they all screw nice and tightly, and, you know, it's a sturdy stand. So if you can get it with the stands, all well and good. Like, definitely try and get them with the stands if you're thinking of getting a pair of these. I think you're going to be pleased with these, definitely. So that's my review. I don't go into it really detailed to some people and all that, and I'll give these magical words and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, for a sounding speaker with a variety of amplifiers, don't forget all the amplifiers I'm using on here are quite old, actually. They're 40 years plus old. I had this with the Sansui A101, the Sansui AU2, the 2200, with the Sansui again 331. I tested it with Mordaunt's, all 3 Mordaunt's receivers I had it, and a couple of other bits and pieces I tested these speakers with. So yeah, all in all, I was quite impressed, well, really impressed with them. So there you go, that's my review of these Mordaunt 35 Ti's. Okay, until the next video, I'll say thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.